Joining us from Atlanta, Georgia, is Jessica. Now, Jessica says that a chance meeting at a gas station with a man named Courtney turned sexual very quickly. Now, Jessica admits at the time she was dating another man. So when she found out she was pregnant with her son, Jace, she believed the other guy was the father and told Courtney he wasn't the father. Well, today, Jace, believe it or not, is 4 years old. And Jessica is now convinced it's Courtney who's the father and wants to prove it with a DNA test. So, Jessica, before we get into why you told Courtney he wasn't the father, how would you describe your relationship with Courtney when you first met?
Maury, it was never an actual relationship between me and Courtney. Courtney was more so my little sneaky link.
Sneaky link? Oh,
yes, sir.
I think that's a where's that, from TikTok or something?
Yes, sir, it is.
Okay, so I would maybe call it a side piece. You call it a sneaky link, right? Okay.
Yes, sir.
So you were seeing another guy and you were also seeing Courtney at the same time, right? Did you lie to Courtney, by the way, that he was your sneaky link, or did he know the situation?
Well, Courtney wanted a relationship, but I wasn't able to provide him with a relationship because I had just got out of a relationship. I just wanted to, be free.
And so when you got to be pregnant, what was your first thought?
My first thought was not a second go around again, but I'm like, okay, well, I laid in the bed. Why not make my bed?
Did you think it was the other guy, didn't you, who got you pregnant?
I did. I made a mistake and actually sent the pregnancy test to Courtney, but I definitely texted him and was like, wrong person. And it's like the alleged father, I knew that he would be there. So I was just hoping that he was actually the father.
And Courtney now, he's out of the picture, right? Because you told him he's not the father.
Yeah, and I kind of wish I would have just never said anything to anyone and just waited until I actually gave birth. But I was just hoping and praying for the best.
Jace is born. You're at the hospital. Is the other guy at the hospital too or not?
No, it's just me by myself. And when Jace was about, I want to say maybe 3 to 2 weeks old, I reached out to the alleged father and we actually did a DNA test with him.
And what did you find out?
That he wasn't the father.
So now you know when Jace is very young that the other guy's not the father. When did you get back in touch with Courtney?
I actually messaged Courtney on Messenger and I told him, you have a son, and I asked him for a DNA test. He wouldn't give me one.
This is a problem. Jace is now 4 years old. I mean, he's not an infant anymore. What's been going on?
He's not.
What's been going on for 4 years?
Me just being his mother, I mean, it wasn't much that I could do. I just, felt as if, okay, well, he's getting older. He's around a lot of females because my family is full of females. And I'm starting to realize that he's picking up feminine habits. So I was like, let me try to see if I can get a DNA test from Courtney.
Uh-huh. And so you got back in touch with him?
I did, and when I did, it's like he wasn't kind of sure. He was telling me, that's not my son, and I'm like, well, he looks just like you.
The older Jace got, the more he looked like Courtney.
Yes.
You think they look alike right now?
Of course. Look at the eyes, look at the nose, look at the mouth. He has full lips, just like Courtney.
How many times has he been around Courtney?
It's a handful. I would say probably about 5 at the max.
But when he sees Courtney, he calls Courtney Courtney. He doesn't call him Dad, right?
Right. He does not call him Dad.
Did you tell Jace that Courtney was his father?
I tried to explain it to him, but I feel like because he's so young, I don't think that he really understands when it comes to him being his actual father.
Okay.
I don't see why you waited 4 years.
It don't matter about me waiting 4 years. I still reached out to you when it came to Jace,
Yeah,
even when Jace was born.
After you told me you already had another dude that was supposed to be the father. What did you expect me to expect? I got my whole life going on now. I got I got a daughter I'm taking care of. I got 2 daughters I'm taking care of. What else? What am I supposed to do? Just jump out right there for you? And then I'm driving trucks on the road. You hit me up at the wrong time.
I mean, it's never too late though, Courtney.
It's not.
He's still your son. So whether it's 4 years from now, 40 years from now, you're right. We will.
We still have to find out about that.
Today.
Yeah, it took 4 years. I'm ready to get this over with so I can put you back on block.
Well,
it's the block for me.
Jessica, what have these 4 years been like? I mean, there hasn't been a man in Jace's life.
Not specifically, Maury. Not, consistent when it comes to a father. Like I have had guys that tried to be a father, but it's nothing like having your own biological dad. Because I met my dad 1 week before I gave birth to Jace, and my dad tried to actually build a relationship with me, but
You should have gave me a chance. You should have gave me a chance when I tried to be with you. When I tried to get
it's not about me giving you a chance. Okay, now I'm giving you that chance right now. So either you're gonna either be there or you're not. Like I'm not gonna keep going back and forth with you right now.
Shit, what I supposed to stop everything I'm doing just to jump on your train?
It's all about being in your son's life. It's not about me.
So, you think she's finally telling the truth?
About the sneaker link, that's the only thing she told the truth about on the show. Like I said, she a liar,
Courtney, nobody...
Everything I said today was true, so how could you even call me a liar?
Besides you having another dude, you have several dudes, so
but you're worried about the other dude. Why are you worried about the other dude? We're worried about Jace right now, so help me make that make sense. Like, you was my sneaker.
Because it took you 4 years. Yeah, it took 4 years.
You're right, it took me 4 years and not 40 years, and I'm here today to prove to you that you are the father of my son.
Here are the facts, apparently. The fact is, she got pregnant, she thought it was the other guys, she texts you and says, you're not the father, right? Don't worry about it. So you check out, for obvious reasons. You check out, and therefore you don't feel that you're the father of any child, right? At that point.
Right.
Now the child is born, she finds out that the other guy is not the father through a DNA test, and she gets back to you and says, you're the father, and you don't buy it.
No, I don't buy that. Man, that bitch crazy, man.
Of course he wouldn't, Maury. Of course he wouldn't, Maury. He's not going to buy anything. He told me he was going to buy a car seat. He told me he was going to buy clothes, diapers, and I have yet to receive my son's for today.
I ain't never gave you no money.
So you feel like you done gave me some money, like $100. I spent more than $100 every year.
I feel like I did enough for a child I don't know.
Okay, well, now's your time to get to know
You want me to take care of a child all the way up to they 18 years old and then find out that it ain't my child?
Courtney.
You see him, right?
How old was Jace when you first saw him?
I say about 2.
No connection?
It definitely wasn't 2. It was definitely like 9 months-ish.
Yeah, well, I can't remember.
Well, I'm sorry that you don't remember, but we're here right now.
I got the feeling, Courtney, when my producers gave me a briefing of your story, was that you wanted to be the father.
I did want to be the father. I wanted to be with her, but, like I said, she was talking to so many dudes. I mean, she didn't know what she wanted at the time, so that's why she didn't know what the father was. So you can't blame me for that.
I just wasn't ready for a relationship, especially not with you. So with that being said, we're here today.
You weren't ready to know who the daddy is either, so, I mean, I'm here for this.
All you think you are the father. I cannot wait till the Lord read the results and tell you are the father.
Do you think that you and Jace look alike?
No lie, we do look alike. We have similarities, the eyes,
the nose, the ears,
and stuff
the
like
lips.
this.
You're right.
But the point was, she could have hit me up 4 years ago and not now, And then she could have hit me up and get a DNA test around in the city. But she wanted to come on the show, so she wants some attention.
You wasn't
so
man
that's what she
enough to
like.
get a DNA test. That's why we're here.
Wow. Are you saying, Courtney, that the only reason you're doing this is because she wants attention?
I don't seek attention, Maury. What type of attention am I looking for? What type of attention am I looking for, Maury?
Did you also tell my producers that you thought that Jessica tends to be mean sometimes?
She is. She's over-aggressive. She's loud, ratchet.
Aggressive.
Whatever you want to call it. Whatever you want to call it. We be in Walmart.
I'm just strong.
Let somebody look at her crazy.
You cannot get mad. You cannot get mad because of that.
Our vibe is a lot different. So
you're right. It is different.
We could be in Walmart and
somebody
could just look at her, like, don't even probably looking at her. She'll just go off on them, like, and I just
No, I would not. I would not, Maury. Don't believe that, Maury. He's telling you a lie, Maury.
You know what we call these people, Courtney? We call them strong, independent women. That's what we call them.
Tell him, Maury. Tell him, Maury, because obviously he don't know how to be a man, Maury.
We got two different phrases what we call them, Maury.
Okay. The good news is, let me get this straight, Courtney. You would like to be the father of Jace.
I would if he's my son.
So here we go. In the case of 4-year-old Jace, Courtney, you are the father.
Now what you got to say? Now? Are you still want to go back and forth? Like, what are you gonna do?
No,
step up and be a
I'm
man?
trying to
you
think what the hell
What you trying to think about? It's
ago.
here. He just read you the results. So what's next?
Maury, you should have hit Maury 4 years ago.
Wait a second. We could have done this 4 years ago. He would like to have done it 4 years ago. Okay.
We would have never had to go through this.
Maury, he didn't want to do it 4 years ago, so that's why we're here 4 years later.
Guess what? You all are in an enviable position. You know what it is? You all can be co-parents, okay? This little boy, he's now 4, right? He's not an infant. He's got some catching up to do with his now father, and I'm sure you'll give him all the attention, right, Courtney?
Yes, sir.
You are not the father.